Hi guys, KatimaGaming here. So, in my last video, I talked about tips on how to put toys and models into your PC safely. Check the links down below if you haven't seen it yet. I also actually wanted to squeeze in a tutorial on how to make your models and toys stand out and make awesome scenes called dioramas into your PC. Unfortunately, it started to become pretty long, and I'm the type of guy who likes to just keep his videos under 15 minutes. So yeah, I decided to just take the customizing part and save it, for next week. However, one of my best friends, Michael Steinberg, asked if I could put up the tutorial video right away. And you know what? Let's do it. Yeah, let's put it up there. So Michael Steinberg and the Steinberg family, this video is actually for you. If you haven't seen the tips on how to safely put toy decorations into your PC, links are down below. Go check it out, guys. On this video, though, we will be talking about how to take your toy decoration and take it to the next level, turning your PC case into something like this. All right, dioramas are sort of a living exhibit. That's what it's called. Basically playing out scenes using models or toys, either fictional or in real life. World War II dioramas are actually pretty popular. If you see building models in exhibits trying to show off prototypes and designs, those are also called dioramas. Even a dollhouse can be considered a diorama. Those Legos, as a matter of fact, has become really amazing when it comes to dioramas. More and more adults are actually buying Legos not to play with them, but actually assemble them and turning them into exhibits. Ninjago, Avengers, DC, those stuffs are pretty cool. In this video, we're not just gonna place toys into your PC case as a decoration. No, we're gonna turn it into a living exhibit. So your PC case can actually stand out among all of those other kids who just stuff toys into their PC case and consider it cool. Now, take this Millennium Falcon, for example, right here. Looks fairly vanilla. We're gonna turn it into this. This boring hanger right here, we're gonna convert it into this. So all you need is actually just $10. Let's go. Okay, so as you can see, the Millennium Falcon looks kind of vanilla here, and I want it to stand out. Actually, I want it to look more weathered and a little bit more rusted even. So I got two colors here. This is Mars Black acrylic colors, and this is what they call burnt sienna. A really fancy name for a light brown. It'll give it its rustic color. So we're gonna plan this out. We're gonna probably put some black at the front because the Millennium Falcon moves forward, and it probably gets all that debris, so we want to make sure that there's a lot of black going at the front area. And at the back, we're going to make it look a little bit rustic without touching the blue. The blue looks beautiful, of course. We know the Millennium Falcon, when it goes on to light speed, all that blue flashing out looks beautiful. We're going to keep that, but we want to make everything more rusty on the side. So I got my trusty hand paint. This is my wife's, of course. It's pink. We're just going to move this here, the tip. We're gonna move the brush and make it a little bit more rough because we want, as we say, we put the black blotches to make it look more weathered. We want more randomness as we go through the front. All right, so very simple. These are all just $1 each. They're not that expensive. We're just gonna take a little bit, just a dab of black. Make sure we get that pattern going. There we go. That's the kind of pattern we want right there. And just practice. Start going lightly. Right here. Here we go. Oh, look at that. And just start with the edges. Right there. Okay, look at that. Now it's starting to look even more weathered. Okay, so as you can see now, we have a little bit of a more weathered Millennium Falcon, especially towards the side. Want to add more effects there and just give it more of a grind there. Now we're looking at something that's been around the galaxy, okay? I'm gonna just try to splotch this a little bit blacker just to make people see, hey, you know what? It's been moving forward a lot. Yep, there you go. Giving it that patchy looky old feel right there. Okay, now moving to the back, I wanted to add a little bit of a rustic effect, but I also am a little nervous of touching that blue right there. That looks pretty. So we're gonna start from the outside and work inwards with this rustic look. Oh, look at that. That is pretty. That is... Let's try out this and just add a little bit. So just to make sure we get that rustic feel, that rustic look. Oh, that is great rust right there. That looks like rust all over it. Let's see if we can get that effect. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. That looks like it's rusting, right? That looks like it's rusting. That's pretty. That rust effect with a little bit of black grime right there. That looks pretty. I'm gonna put it under at the bottom. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. That is pretty. That looks like it's a rusting Millennium Falcon. It looks really, really weathered. That looks pretty. That looks pretty. Now this looks like a Millennium Falcon that's been around. Okay, if you compare it to the picture right here, which is a very pristine looking Millennium Falcon, this looks like a nice weathered one. Looks really, really pretty. Probably overdid it a bit on the cockpit side, but overall I really like how the rusty feel looks. And if you look to the side, not a lot of rust in the front, but we got surely a lot of dirt here, showing everyone that, hey, you know what, the Millennium Falcon is pushing forward and, you know, taking all that hard work and taking all that weathering and beating. Looks really, really pretty. Definitely better than the vanilla version. All right, now we are looking at the classic TIE Fighter, and as usual, I want to make this look weathered, but not rusted. We don't want to go with the rust effect, because remember, this is the Empire, okay? They're much more organized than the Rebels, definitely much more organized than Han Solo with his Millennium Falcon, so we definitely want to make sure that we add some wear and tear here, maybe some paint peeling effect, but nothing rusting, because like I said, they're definitely much organized and they keep their equipment in a much better shape. So we still have the original black as usual, Mars black as they call it, and we have this fancy glittery thing. This is called just silver. no fancy name for this one. All right, so first of all, same with the Millennium Falcon, we have to understand that this thing moves forward. Okay, this thing moves forward, shoots lasers up in the front, pew, 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 and it's always moving fast. It doesn't have any light speed capabilities, the TIE Fighter, so it's dependent on bigger ships to actually push it across the galaxy. We're going to have a lot of fun with the edges here, because the TIE Fighter has these big wings here that will look really nice when we try to weather it. Again, no rust effect here. We're just going to apply a little bit of weathering just to show that this TIE Fighter has been to some battles and it's been moving forward. And yeah, it's just been kicking rebel scum out there. So we're just gonna add some effect, as you can see right there. Oh, look at that. Looks really nice and weathered. It's been pushing forward a lot. It's been used and it's been shooting those rebel scums all over the galaxy. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I love playing with edges like these because the effects just become so, it looks so authentic. Just a little bit of dab. Don't worry if you're running out, okay? Just better to have not enough so you can come back and reapply again than having too much and you'd have to, you know, start removing the paint all over. Oh, look at that. All right then, look at that. Look at that. That is called a weathered TIE Fighter right there. It's been through something. It's been through a little bit. Okay then, now for my favorite effect, one that I'm actually a little nervous to apply, is the silver. Why is the silver important? It's because the silver will show that it's got paint peeling off. It's really ironic. You apply silver, you apply paint to make it look like paint is peeling off. All right, have a look. Let's see the effect. I can even apply that to the back because, you know, as I said, it's gone through a lot. Let's try this. Let's get the silver out and see how it looks. Oh, look at that. That looks pretty. That silver looks pretty. And it's gonna add some sheen into this effect. I'm gonna add a little bit more, a little generously, to make it look like the paint is coming off, and a little bit more on the random, like that. Oh, wow. Look at that. You see that silver coming off? You see that silver? That looks like paint peeling off, guys. Look at that. That looks like paint coming off the TIE Fighter. Let's add it here and I'll show you. You see all that black stuff? We're gonna add some silver in it. And look at that. That looks like paint coming off the TIE Fighter. Really, really cool effect. Just like that. And you got a TIE Fighter that's just as weathered. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, that looks like the paint's coming off. That's great effect. We're going to add that a little bit here. Okay, so there you have it, a really weathered TIE Fighter. As you can see here, really gone through a lot of battles. It looks war-torn, but it seems like it's still in fighting condition, and it's ready to kill some rebel scums. Let's put them all together. Now, all we have to do is wait for 10 minutes for the paint to dry. Sorry, I couldn't wait. All right, now we're done with the top part. We're gonna move to the bottom. Gloves are off because we're not doing too much paint here. We're just going to actually cut a few decorations. The bottom part, as you can remember, was a black foam. What I did was I just printed some hazard stripes, as you call them on the internet, and then just glued them on top here just to make it look like more of a hanger, look like there's a sense of danger right there. If you look at it, that looks really pretty. That looks like a real hanger bay now. And we're gonna add some props here to the right to make it even look more authentic. And even better, we're gonna get a little risky. We're going to go with people. We're gonna add some crew members here, and we're gonna make sure we're gonna glue it right down straight to the foam to make sure that it doesn't pull up into the graphics card. Remember, this one is the one at the bottom. We're gonna get a little risky with this one. That's why the platform's gonna be very important, and we're gonna glue stuff in or use a little bit of tack if possible. So here we go. Okay, there you have it. Now we have a diorama that's really well secured here of the hangar bay. As you can see, you have the crew member and the pilots here with their X-Wing. It's not completely 100% authentic, but let's put it on under the PC. All of the parts have been glued in, or we've used tack to make sure that they're secured and make sure that the GPU doesn't actually pull these parts out. Let's have a look at how it looks like when we put it in the case. All right, check it out, guys. Full diorama. You could see you got one of the fighters sitting on the plane, the crew with the yellow and red. Not 100% authentic, but it's the best I could do with what I had. And yeah, the X-Wings down there look really, really great. It also is very, very low to make sure that the GPU actually gets all the air it needs. Really looking pretty. When you pass by it, everyone's gonna look at it. And the hazard stripes right there really brings out the color, making it really look like a hangar bay along with those gas canisters. On the top here, we have our starlet right here with the TIE Fighter trying to shoot the Millennium Falcon and just missing. As you can see, we've already gotten a lot of props around it and making sure that the plastic at the bottom, there's plenty of holes with the plastic at the bottom, as you can see, to make sure that when the GPU is getting hot, it can actually radiate out no problem and not affecting the plastic. All of them are die-cast metal, And man, now that you look at it from the outside, it looks actually very pretty, and this is how you do a diorama properly. So there you have it, turning your PC into a living art, a diorama. I think this is way more fun than just stuffing your toys and models into your PC. It's a smart way to display your art and a smart way to actually express yourself. Just make sure that it is safe and you're not blocking your PC's components to actually get air, alright? I strongly recommend you guys check out my tips on safely placing toys and models inside your case. Links are down below. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun actually doing this. Thank you once again, Michael Steinberg, for actually inspiring me to put this up. And thank you, the viewers. Thank you, the subscribers. I hope you learned something new from this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps smaller channels like mine out. And comment down below if you have any questions or what do you think about these dioramas. You know I'm very active down there. And I'll see you in our past, present, and future videos. Sawasdee krap!